Okay. All right. So welcome to this. I think this is week 4 of this
Yes.
class. So today we're looking at an explanation of while loops. Then we'll look at Python dictionaries, do some classwork along the way, and you get opportunity to share your screen also and ask questions while we are learning. Okay. So let's look at a loop. So remember how I said you use a while loop when you want to carry out a repeated action, but you don't know the number of times you want that action to be carried out. Just like saying you keep your food on fire and you're not like certain of how many minutes it will take for the food to be ready. So you have to like regularly go check the food you have on fire so it doesn't get burnt. So that's similar to how a while loop works. So this is like a breakdown of how of okay of how a while loop is. So you have to first off, or you have to write a while loop rather. You have to initialize stepper variable. So in this, looking at this piece of code here, we use it to explain all these concepts. Now when you have x equals to 0 and the input of food as this, so those are your stepper variable because you set them up outside of the loop. Now you define your loop, which is your while condition. So in your while loop, you always have to think of what would be the most optimal condition to set for your program to run. Sometimes it can be while true, sometimes it can be while maybe x greater than a number or x less than a number. You just have to think of something that can work for you. And then that is also going to like that's why you need to understand what the problem statement is, that what am I solving with this piece of code? Like what exactly am I asked to do? So those are the things that will guide you in knowing what condition to set with your loop. Then I remember that after you define your loop, you put your you put your colon, and then you have to indent everything aside inside the loop rather. I think if you want to print something out, you can then take that print outside of the loop, or maybe to return a function or return any assigned variable. So now, I think what this people want to do is print this person's answer maybe 4 times. Because the condition is saying while x is less than 5, print out foo and increase the count of x. So we can just try this in our browsers, but it did not tell us what they are printing out. Okay, they're printing out food. So we can just
Fruit.
try this out in our browser. But before we try this code out in our browser, can you like look at it and guess how the output will look like, or what the output will look like?
Okay. It says so tiny. You can barely see it.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can expand it. Sorry, should I expand it
Okay.
more, or
Yeah,
is it
that's better.
better?
That's a little better.
All right.
Okay, it says x equals to 0, food is input. What type of food do you like to eat? And then they looped
Mm-hmm.
it from x
You can
less than
explain the
5.
code line by line.
Okay. Um so they declared x a variable to be 0, and they declared food to be an input variable where the user puts in what type of food do you like to eat? And then
Mm-hmm.
uh x so x is gonna range from 1 to 4, following the index from 0 to 5, and print food. So x is gonna increase by increments, go by increments of 1. So
Yeah.
I think the user is just gonna put in 1 to, I mean, what is gonna print is 1 to 2 to 3 to 4.
All right, makes sense. So let's try it out and see if your analysis is actually correct. So I'll just copy this. Oh, okay. And I would create a new file. Let me call this class.py. Okay. Let me print it out. So remember, I have to do this because I don't have the play button you have at the
Play
top
button.
here.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I don't have that. Oh, sorry. How many times did you print it out? 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
5. Yeah, I printed it out 5 times. So let's use comments to see why it will print it out 5 times. So here it's print food. Then it checks again, increases the count by 1. So when x is 0, so x is 0, print food here. Because if we put this command here, x is actually less than 5. You know the sign of less than, yes, less than. So it
Yeah,
prints
that's
food
less than.
out to 1. Yeah, then it increases so it increases the count. So here x is 1, because 0 plus 1, 1. Then it prints food. Let me just copy this. Now it checks. It's 1 less than 5. It comes back here. And yes, 1 is less than 5. So it prints food
There's
again.
another food. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so print food.
X plus
So x plus, oh, okay, so here it's 0, print food. Okay.
1
Now
and 2.
increases by 1. So, okay, oh, pardon me. So when it increases by 1 here, it checks, is that 1 less than 5? The answer is
Right.
yes. So it prints out food. So now the value is still 1. So when x is 2, because 1 plus 1 is 2. Sorry, pardon me. It prints out food. So prints food here and then comes down and then increases the count. So now it's 2. It goes and checks. Okay, it's 2 less than
Less
5.
than 5. Yeah.
Yes, 2 is less than 5.
So basically iterations
Now it
from
comes
0 to
down
5,
and
0 to
says,
4. Okay.
yeah, what you said was correct actually. It's a print from 1 to 4. But remember, there's an extra,
0.
like we have a starting point for when x is equals to 0, and that got
Right.
checked here also, and it was printed out. So that's why it's 5 in number, 5 outputs.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that clear?
Yeah, it's very clear.
Okay. All right, cool. So I want you to give it a trial now. So why don't you ask someone for information? So let me just use comment. So ask someone for their name and age, then print out the following sentence. Let's print it out. Okay, let's print out 5 times. Let's just use the same logic. So what sentence should you print out? Your name is name and you are maybe age. Yes. Okay, so is this question clear?
Ask someone for the name and age. Print out the following sentences 5 times. Your name is dash and you are dash years old. Okay.
Let me see. Okay, is it clear now? Like, can you see it
Yeah.
better now?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So is the question clear with you, or should I explain the question?
Yeah, I get it. It's clear.
All right, so I'll stop sharing my screen now so you can share your own screen.
Okay.
I'm not a button. Oh, I used to be a person. Okay. All right, please, you can share your screen now.
All right. Today's 11.
Yeah. Okay, I can't see your screen yet. I don't know if it's my internet.
I think it's got to do with your internet. It's already shared.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Um, can you stop sharing and share again, please? Sorry.
Okay. All right. I'm about to share again. Is it better?
Oh, I still can't see. Let me leave the call and join back.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the recording will continue.
Still not working.
Okay, I'm back, but
Okay.
I still cannot see your screen.
All right. Let me stop sharing again.
Yeah, I see the sign that you're sharing your screen, but I just can't see the content of your screen.
That's weird.
Yeah, I
Can you
know
see it
you've
now?
been sharing screen. No,
Still can't see it.
at all. I can't see.
Oh, do you need me to join a meeting again? Like you did?
Sorry?
Do you need me to join the meeting again? Like you did? Like get off the meeting and
Okay,
join
well,
again?
yeah, you can try that. You can try
Okay.
that.
All right.
Okay. Oh, sadly, I still cannot see. Okay, I think what we can do is, since you have a GitHub account, you can go to this website. You can just code in the same environment. Yeah, we can just code in the same environment. I think that's the address. Repo.it. Yes, it's an online IDE coding environment. So you can code there collaboratively. Yeah, so that there won't be any need to share screen. We'll just code in the same environment. So can you please go to repl.it in your browser? Hello, Henry, are you still here?
Isaac, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was on mute. I was
Okay.
talking all the time.
Okay.
Okay, I'm on
That's
REPL.
fine. Yes, please. You can sign in using any way, your email, and generate a password or your GitHub,
Okay.
anything. So once you create it, just share. Okay, no, I'll do the sharing since you're new to it. Let me just share my screen so you see how I'm doing it. Okay, is it sharing? Okay. Can you please see my screen?
Hold on. Still, yeah, I can see it.
All right, cool. So if you go to when you want to create a Revolut account, yours might look different. I don't think it will look the same. So you see this option that says my repos. You can click on create.
All right, let me do the creating the account real fast. I'll join you soon.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just showing you the steps. So you pick the
Oh, okay.
Python option. Yes. You pick the Python option and then give it a name. But we also I can give it a name of maybe practical or something similar. I click on create repo. So remember all Python files end with .py. But because you're using a specific IDE and because I've already chosen the template as Python here, I don't need to specify the .py anymore.
.py. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But if you're on something like a Linux system, you have to specify the .py there. So it can run your code as a Python script.
Gotcha.
All right. So while it's loading up, you can sign up for your own Repo account.
Okay. Do that real fast.
Yes, it is. Okay. So just let me know where you're at in creating the account.
Yeah. So me. Yep. Successful. How familiar are you with programming? Beginner. Want to start with a coding tutorial. You said, no, I got this, correct?
Okay, so have you created a Python template yet?
So to create a template, I click on
Yeah,
yours is kind
create.
of different.
Yeah, so you need to search for something called new repo, new RE, new space REPL.
Okay. Do I have a create button? Can I just use that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Python. And what's the what was your user? I mean the file name?
You can name it anything you want.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be on the same. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you share me the link and I
Oh,
join
okay.
and see the code you created. Yeah, so
Oh,
there should be a
gotcha.
share option.
Gotcha. All right, it's creating the repo. Welcome to the workspace. Next. All right.
Yeah,
Code
there's
editor.
an invite
This is where you
button.
write your code.
Yeah. So you can click on the invite button and click on the generate join link. So that will take me to the page you're currently on. So in that way, I can share my screen and would still see the same thing because we'll be on the same page.
Okay, hold on. It's just trying to walk me through because since it's my first time, trying to walk me
All
through
right,
how to
that's
use it.
fine.
Okay, so invite. What's your username?
Okay, capital M, then BAOMA.
All right, how did you? Do I generate a link?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I see it in my email now.
Okay.
All right, give me a minute. It's loading up
Okay.
my end. All right, so I'm in. Let me share my screen.
Okay.
All right, cool. So let me copy over the comments from your tags and paste it in here so you can have something to reference. All right, so can you see the comments I pasted in the
Yeah.
virtual environment?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So you can start writing your code.
I'm gonna put in a function, and my function is
Yes,
gonna be
please.
okay. Um, my function is gonna be user, and in the function I'm gonna have name, and I'm gonna call to parameters name and age, and I'll declare my variable name as name. Okay. Okay, so print out the following sentence 5 times. What is your name? Okay. Here's the while statement. While.
Yeah, so remember you can set something as a counter. I mean, I think in the other example, it was maybe number equals to 0. So we're using number as the counter to know how
Okay.
to set it to print up to 5 times.
Okay. Set a counter for, okay. So number will be, we could just say I to be 0 and while I less than is 5. Now print what is your name? Okay, you said your name is Dash and you are Dash years old. Okay. Okay. Still right on track.
Yeah, so I'm expecting one sentence as the output.
Okay. Can I use the for loop?
No,
Uh,
no. Let me paste
just the
over what we did. Let me paste over what we did as a comment.
Okay. Okay.
So should I explain the former work we did again?
Yeah. Okay, I see what I'm doing wrong. So I
Okay,
should have put in
carry
the
on.
okay. I should get the inputs and then the loop before after the inputs. Okay,
Okay,
I would
so
I'll fix that.
since you are okay, so should I come in or do you want to continue trying?
I'll come. I'll continue.
All right, cool. That's fine.
Okay, so I could print.
Ouch. You know how to stress me out.
Print.
Huh?
I'm in class. Okay, I know what I now. I will copy this. Now for I, and I'll put my iterations. I'm gonna call my function. Yeah, I'm gonna run it now.
Yes, please.
Indentation error. Okay.
All right. So okay, you fix that. Now, yeah, so you can read the last line of the error and you see what it's saying.
Perhaps I forgot a comma. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I forgot to add this as a string, and the indentation could actually go back. It's not defined. I did. Oh,
Okay, so let me come in here. So good job so far. You're able to read a problem statement. You're able to translate it into the required code. You're able to check out your error messages and interpret them and try to use them to solve the bug. So that shows a lot of growth between last week and this week. So kudos to you, really. So now
thank
let's
you.
do you're welcome. Let's do corrections now. So when you're defining these variables, you put them outside of the loop and whatever indentation. So this will be name and then age. So remember in
No.
name, you're asking for an input. Please hold on.
Okay.
This is what you're doing. You have to do the same for age. And then, okay. So try and fix line 18. Run your code again and let us see. So yeah, defining these arguments, you don't define them like you don't define them indented because if you define them indented, when you're calling them again here, where you're calling your function would not see the value of those arguments.
Okay.
So that's why we always define them like on the same line as the def, the D of the def.
Okay. Okay.
So fix up line 18 and let's see.
Line 18.
Yes, please.
Okay.
18, not that.
Yeah.
The next one after that.
I'm just
The one of age. Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
Cool.
4, 5.
Yeah.
So what I got wrong was I declared this under the function, while the function should only have the definitions like this, and then the while loop, because this is what it's gonna look for. And then at the end of the day, okay, I just need to understand that part. And
Yeah.
then the inputs comes in and not within the function. Okay,
Yeah.
that was my mistake. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Okay, so let's oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's going away. Oh, so I think I'll drop this
Okay.
and I'll drop this link in the chat so you can go through it. So now we're asked to rewrite the function to print the user's favorite book 5 times by decreasing the variable rather than increasing it. Okay, so let that. Okay. So let's comment all this out.
How did you comment that at one time?
So for me, command and slash. I think for it maybe control and slash. But you can always
Okay.
try it out. Yes. Let me
Okay.
just edit this statement and we'll walk through it together. Okay, so now we are basically doing the same thing as what you have here, but we are, so instead of us increasing the count down, increasing this condition, we are supposed to reduce it. So do you have any idea how we can go about that? So now remember we started from 0 and we
Yeah.
set it while it is less than 5. We count like we increase the count of 0, like 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1, the answer, add 1 to it until we get to a number less than 5. So now what if we want to go like the opposite? So maybe from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 to 0. So we are removing 1. So subtracting 1 from the total number. So can you think of how to write a code for that? It's the exact same thing you have here. The only thing that is changing is the value of I, the initial value of I. You are changing your condition, your while statement, and you are changing your the, let me just call this the incremental value.
Look. Okay.
Yeah, so that you
Iteration,
basically,
actually. That was iteration.
yes, thank you, Aisha.
Okay. So um so for I to be 0, okay, now we're not going from 0, we're going from the top. So we could say from for I to be 5,
Okay.
and for I, we're going from 5 to 0, right? I
Yes.
mean, to a lower number. For I to
Yes.
be equal to 5, and yi is less than or equal to 5, then I should be, I don't know how to use the iteration.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just copy everything we have here and bring it down here. Okay. So yi equals to 5. So this is reduction. So this is the same thing as writing, so what we have here is the same thing as writing I equals to I minus 1. So
Oh,
that
okay.
I equals to maybe when I is maybe 5 minus 1 for the first time. So yeah, something
Right.
like this. So this is just a short form of writing that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. So now we need to change this condition. So since our I is 5 and we are going to maybe 0, like 0 count. So we can say something like while maybe I is not equals to 0. Sorry, pardon me. So that means this, as long as, okay, so when I is 5, so what we're going to have here, so is 5 equals to 0? No,
No.
all these wrong. Then once 5 is reduced by 1 here, the value we have is 4. Is 4 equals to 0? No. To run until it gets here. 4 minus 1 is 3. So is
Yeah.
3 equals to 0? No. It keeps running. It gets reduced here to 2. Is 2 less than 0? No. Continues running and then it gets reduced here to 1. So is 1 less than 0? No. It gets reduced here. So now 1 minus 1 is 0. So is 0 equals to 0? Yes, and then it stops running.
Okay.
Or you can say while you can say less than.
Or equal to 4. I mean, less than or equal to 5. Or less than.
um, no, this we are reducing, it would never be equals to 5. So we
Equal
can
to,
just make
yeah.
it
Okay.
less
So
than
less than.
5.
Okay. All right.
Well, not less than 5, brother. It has to, okay. Okay, we're subtracting from it. Okay. 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 So why is less
R
than
is
5?
5.
Okay. So it can stop at 0. I can stop at maybe, okay. So it's go from, so we can only count 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. But then that
Right.
means this first line will not run because I is actually equal to 5. So probably a less
5.
than or equal to. But like always, we'll try it out and see if it runs or not. So
Okay. Whoa.
you
Whoa.
see, continues running, continues running, continues running.
Okay. When does it stop? This is infinity. But that means the program is not accurate. 25. Did you stop
Trying to
it? Or
stop
did you
it,
stop?
but it's not
Okay.
stopping. Okay, it's not stopping. I'll just have to hit it. Okay, oh, I can stop it. Oh, pardon me.
Yeah.
Okay. So that shows us that this is not a good
The while loop is not right.
condition.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes. Let's stop. Let's play. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that worked.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. So what if you were asked to write something for a countdown, like maybe 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? How do you think you can go about that based off of what we just learned?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Uh, I could use a list.
No. So remember, all these concepts build up on each other, and you're asked to create a countdown from 5 to 0. So you can still use the same concepts.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah, you can still use
Yeah.
the same concepts. But now the only difference is you're printing out the exact numbers. You're not printing out
Numbers.
something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So let's give
Yeah,
it a
you're right.
try and see.
Okay. Mm. What am I missing? You said num is not defined. Okay.
Yes, because you define the argument as
Yeah.
num, but you're using I equals to 5 instead of num.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Line 26. Line 26.
Line 26. Oh, okay. Yes, 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 yes. Line 27.
Okay, so you see it's underlined. It's not defined. So remember what we did here? I said to define all these arguments here, you need to write them down. Like you need to define them outside of the indentation. That's why I
Indentation.
define
Yes.
them here. So line 23 is supposed to be like below 26 and outside of the indentation. Outside the indentation. Yeah. Let's try it and see. No, you have to print out the value, print out num instead of numbers. Print out num.
Okay.
Like the actual value of num, not a string. You run it, let's see. Yes, you can see.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Let's go from 10 to 0 now. So let's try and see if we can include 0 like in this countdown. Let's see.
Okay.
So what condition do you think we can use so that it can include
It's gonna be a range
uh
from 0 to
okay.
9. Oh, I could use the index. No, no.
No, in the index
Index
would
is
not
for
work here.
lists. Index is for lists.
But if you use a range, how would you get the how do you get the reduction? Okay. Okay, hold on.
Okay, okay.
So now I said we should make it from 10 to 0.
Right.
That means the value of norm will be 10. And then,
Mhm.
okay, you said we can use a range function. So by range function, I do something like for norm in range, maybe 0 to 10, 11. And then you're printing norm, and then you're reducing its norm. Then you have to define your norm. Sorry, pardon me. Something like this. So you have to define norm and then call
Mhm.
function. Let's
Okay.
try this and see.
Okay.
Now using a for loop instead of a while loop. But I think
Okay.
we can use a for loop to achieve the same thing.
Yeah, because we're going for a range. So yeah, for and in.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. So we know the limits of what we're looking for, so we can use a for loop.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can comment all these out and just write a new function from line 34.
Okay. Okay. You said that is command slash, control slash. Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
yes. Okay. Okay, run this code and see what happens. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it's actually printing what's the word now?
0 to 10.
Yeah, instead of
0 to
10
10.
to instead of 10 to 0. Instead of 10 to 0. So the for loop, like this definition, just might not be the best thing to do. So that brings
Okay.
us back to this.
So the while loop. Okay.
Yes. But now we just need to figure out how to use what condition or what logic to use to include a 0 in the printout. Sorry.
Okay. So I guess this one should just be the num should be 11 and while should be not equal to 11. I mean less than 11. While num is less than 11, print num. Then num is gonna go from iteration -1.
Yeah, so the good thing
Then the
about
number should be
programming,
11.
you can always okay. So the good thing is you can always try out what's in your mind.
Right. Okay. So you want me to do it?
Yes, please.
While num is less than 11. Print num. Why is it not running?
Okay, so why is what's not working? Yeah, so you need to think back to how this thing would work. So if you can explain your code line by line by actually typing in maybe comments by the side, I would appreciate that.
Okay.
So like explain it to me line by line. Let's see.
Okay. So my iteration is hold on.
Okay, so I think okay. Hold on. So now when you're here, while norm less than 11, what do you think the value of norm is the first time the code is run?
Uh, it doesn't have it. It doesn't have a number. So we gotta
No,
specify num
it
to be
is
0.
value here.
It
Nope,
gets the
nope, nope.
value. Okay.
Here,
It gets the value 11.
exactly. So that means here, norm is 11.
Uh,
So the first time around, norm is 11 here.
right.
So remember, this argument is what you're calling here.
Yeah.
And that's what you're calling here. Now, all your logic has to be indented. All this logic has to be indented so it can
All
run.
right.
Then the
Okay.
arguments you define here and here, you have to write them outside of the indentation. Now,
Okay.
when this code runs the first time, the value of num is 11. So now it says, is 11 less than 11? The answer is no. That's why it's
No.
not running. So what
Okay.
we can do,
Okay.
if you want to print from 11 to maybe 0 or 1.
0. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to think. So that means all the numbers have to be actually less than 11 on the first iteration.
Nutrition. Yeah.
So you can do less than or equals to. That can allow it to run, and then you see if it's actually giving you what you want. So let's run it first and see what it will give to us.
Okay.
Less than or equals to 11. So now the thing is, we shouldn't always use big numbers here as here. So we see what it's giving us. Negative numbers also. Negative numbers.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. So be careful. Be like more things. But if I'm saying all these like abstract, it's might not really get it. But as you're saying it yourself, I think it's better that way. So now we don't
Yeah.
always use big numbers in our stopping criteria. Instead, what do? We use a small number. So for example, you can say, all right, since I want to stop at 0, so what do you think can be a number maybe smaller than or equals to 0? So you can just say, while the number is you can say great if you say greater than 0, let's see where it will stop at. But if it's greater than 0 and then it gets to 1, is 1 greater than 0? Yes, 1 is greater than 0, so it's 1. And then the next time, 1 minus 1 is 0. So is 0 greater than 0? No. So you can use a greater than or an equals to 0. So you can have, so when it is 0 here, it says 0 equals, is 0 lesser than or greater than, sorry, 0 greater than or equals to 0. 0 is actually equals to 0.
Yeah.
So it's runs. But then will minus 1 run? No, because
It's
minus
gonna go.
1 is
It's in the
not
negative.
greater um, or
Yeah.
equals
0.
to
Yeah.
0. No, that is not equals to or greater than 0. So it wouldn't run. So now let's run this and see. And it gave us what we wanted from 11 to 0. Do you understand it now? Or do I explain the
No.
whole logic again?
No. I don't. I don't. I don't understand it.
All right, cool, no problem. Okay. So we want to count down from 10 to 0. So then what we want is, let me see if I can, I don't know if I have a whiteboard. What options can I use to get a whiteboard? Okay, I don't think I have a whiteboard here. Okay. Okay. So I'll just use comments.
Comments. Yeah.
So print from 10 to 0. And okay, so now you've written okay. So we have this. We've defined our arguments and we've called our function. Good step. So now the next thing to do is to set our stopping criteria, our criteria for this. So that's the while loop condition. So now your goal is for the code to stop running when it gets to 0. And so how do you
Okay.
do that? You have to make sure that the condition you pick ensures to stop running the code once the value of number is equals to 0. So
Okay.
how can the value of number like num be equal to 0? How can it be equal to 0? Okay, so you have to reduce it. So while norm, okay, that's 10 is greater than or equals to 0.
Okay.
So why did I pick while 10 is greater than? So all this is just saying while 10 is greater than or equal to 0.
Okay.
Remember, we have to set a sorry. So we're printing out the value of norm. I
All right.
think you can take your cursor out of here so we can see clearly what we are
Okay.
doing. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And then we set a reduction. So we're reducing the value of norm by 1. That's what is on line 32. Reduce value of 1 by 30. I'm sorry, of
Of
10.
number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. So while this is so when this was so the first time we set norm to 10. So it
All
comes to the
right.
condition. Is the number 10 greater than or equals to 0?
Yes.
Um okay, yes. 10 is greater than 0. So it prints 10. It prints out 10. And then to reduce, giving us 9. Now, is 9 greater than or equals to 0? Yes, it's greater than. Prints out 9 and gives us, it reduces by 1 to give us.
Okay.
So is 8 greater than or equals to 0? Yeah, it's greater than 0. So it's prints out
Prince
8.
8.
Yes,
I went back to the
it's
function iteration. Okay. Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, mutation. Where's the error mutation coming from? So is it
Okay.
clear now?
Yeah, it's very clear. Thank you.
Okay, so let's do something. Why don't you give a countdown from, let's say, 15 to 5?
Okay.
Let me write it down, the question. A countdown, sorry. All right, so we can proceed.
Okay. Yep. I'm done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is perfect. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we can move on to something else.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we'll move on to dictionaries right now.
Okay.
Let's see what those are. Well, were you able to do any Python practice like over the weekend? Sorry, the weekday or any studying?
Yeah, that's how I was able to understand a little bit of what I'm doing right now.
Oh,
Actually
okay,
sat
cool.
down and studied Python here.
All right, cool. Makes sense. All right, so I'll just comment this out.
Hold on. So while
Okay.
I'm on the website, you were actually coding in what's this template you're using? What's this IDE?
Oh,
Oh, it's still
repo,
the same replate.
repo.it.
It's still the same repo. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you actually went back to like VS Code or something, and then it's showing in repo. Okay, it's okay. I understand.
Oh, I just copied the piece of code from my VS Code.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, cool. So let's look at dictionaries. So why are we taking a look at dictionaries? So dictionaries are important in storing information. They help you store information in an ordered way. You can also like access data you store easily, faster, and it's the structure doesn't change much. So
Yeah.
yes. And when you start doing data structures and algorithm, you use dictionaries like more in terms of hash maps and the rest. So use them to store information and access data quickly. Okay, so what are some important things we need to note about dictionary? So we're going to look at how to create a dictionary, how to add an item to a dictionary. We'll look at how to look through dictionaries. I think that would be all for the class. And
Okay.
I don't can we push this to GitHub?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what I was gonna ask.
sure. Well, think I think I've pushed to GitHub for my repo.it before. I just can't remember how I did it. But we have a Git tool here. Let me see. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is how you do it. You can actually push your code to GitHub from here.
Oh wow. So we should use this one often
Yes.
then.
Yes, we
Sure.
will use it. Yeah. So I think today's class might end a little bit earlier, saying that we are progressing rapidly through the class plan. And tomorrow we look at GitHub, we look at how to do Git pull, how to collaborate with GitHub essentially. So I'll
Okay.
get to clone your repo, I'll get to make some push, and then you get to like approve pull requests, you learn about branch protection. And that would be like a what you call that thing now, a foundation for when we want to do CI/CD.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just go back here to the console and keep talking about dictionaries then. So I'll just keep doing examples here and yeah, you would have to comment the code when you push the GitHub. Yeah,
Okay.
but until then, let's just leave it in comments. Okay, so now dictionaries store information in key value format. And if you want to access a value, you need to identify it by the key. Just like variable names, to get the value of a variable, you need to call the actual variable name. Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking, should we go on a break before we start this new concept, or should we just continue since we're going to like end the class earlier anyways?
No, we can continue. I'm enjoying it. So,
All right.
actually studied dictionary uh, for the past week too.
Okay.
So yeah, we could go through it.
Okay.
But I just skipped through it. Just uh, I felt like I was moving too fast. So,
Oh
but
no, no, no,
which
no,
yeah,
no.
I can give you a
All
hint of
right.
what I actually learned over the week. Uh, I think I read
Okay.
um I did getting input from users, the iteration. I did the print. I did reading from external files.
Yeah, that's
That's the
impressive. Nice work.
with found name with the extension write plus read, write plus append, and all that. And then I actually went on to how to check if a file is readable, and then I checked how to read files, how to read individual lines on a file, and I learned how to open and close a file, and I learned how to write to a file, and then using
All right.
creating a new line with the escape and
Okay.
keyword. Um, I think I stopped at models, and modules I was looking at two different types: the built-in modules and external modules, and yeah, that's where I stopped. Yeah.
That's really nice work. Like it's very impressive.
Thank you. I just
Okay.
had like I said, I had a lot going on. So,
Yeah.
but otherwise, I'm interested in getting better at this. So, once I dedicate the time to something, I'll always commit it to it.
Yeah. That's impressive. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for the extra effort you put in.
thank you.
Okay. So now let's try to define a dictionary. Okay. So it's yeah, like I said, it's always in key value pair. So now let's have a variable name. Let me call it new dictionary. Yeah, pardon. Telling. And this is the sign. That's the type of bracket we use to define it.
Okay.
Now I can give it maybe something like new, maybe symptoms. Maybe something like um comedies.
Hip hop. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You talking about? Oh, you did creating a dictionary for movies?
Yeah. Not
Okay.
movies per se, like just The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
And let's just go maybe interesting. They can be anything actually. It's up to you and up to like the question that was set. Let's just
What year? We
manipulate
could do what
this.
year?
I'm sorry you were saying something.
I said we could do what year it came on.
Oh, okay. So I'm not going to add that here, but we'll see how you
Okay.
can add information like that to an existing dictionary. Sounds good.
Dictionary. Okay.
Okay, cool. Let's print this out and see. Okay, I did not click on that very well. I was not printing it. Let's spell it very well. New dictionary. Oh, okay. So it's printed.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So this is how it's printed. Let us walk through this. So what if we want to print out just a value of something in the dictionary? So these are the values and these are the keys. And a dictionary can hold any data type. It can hold a list, it can hold strings, it can hold integers, like anything at all. Okay, so let's try printing out a value of something. So if I want to print out the value of the key name, how do you think I can do that? Like based on the examples we saw here. So here we're trying to print out the value of the key brand. So brand is the key and Ford is the value. So if I want to print out Ford, I have to, excuse me, I have to call the name of the key and put it inside a square bracket here. So I don't think have you learned about lists yet?
Yeah, I know about lists.
Okay, cool. So when you're dealing with lists, you can have something like this: my lists. Maybe we have sorry, pardon me, apples. Pardon me, oranges. Maybe kiwi. Maybe pineapple. Okay. And what if they asked me, print out the fruits. Instead of my, I can give you something like fruits list.
Fruits, yeah.
So print out the fruits at index of 0, 1, 2, 3, or 1.
Okay,
So how do I
if you print
print
out,
that out?
yeah, it's gonna be print.
Want to give it a try?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can type actually. You can type
Okay.
here. It's we're
Okay.
collaborating.
All right. Which one? Oh, you said print what fruit?
The fruit at index 1.
Index 1. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So
sorry, I didn't
this is
comment
not
the other ones.
how to. No, that's fine. It's fine. But this is not how to access indexes. So how do you access indexes? So instead of typing out index, you write out could you please move your cursor so
Oh,
we
sorry.
can
I'm sorry.
be able to see? Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. So you write it out like this. It's still there. You can put your cursor on maybe line 44. That'll be better.
Oh, okay. Oh my. Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. So now you call the name of the fruits. Sorry. And type in the index, the actual index number, index 1 or 2 or
Okay.
3 or 0 or whatever. And then
Okay.
you run it, let's say.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That
Yeah, it
makes sense.
printed out what? Oranges. Yes, cool.
Yeah.
So that's the same way we would access what do you call them now? The values in dictionaries. You put them in square brackets.
Okay.
Okay. So now what would I put in square brackets? The key. Let me comment
Okay.
this. So I'm putting a key in square brackets. Okay. All right.
Huh?
Okay. So can we try printing out comedy?
Okay.
A value comedy.
This don't give you the option for tab.
Yeah.
It's a strange genre. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
How about I say you print it out like this? The name of the movie is Simpsons. Sorry. And it is a comedy.
Okay.
How do you think you can go about it?
Yeah, I use the print function. I mean print command. Print. That's been commented. Okay. I was trying to copy yours. Huh. Okay.
Now you have to get Simpsons as the value of name,
Okay.
remember?
Yeah. Why does it keep showing on top? Oh, sure. Name. Forgot a comma. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, that's fine. You can take your time to figure it out.
No, I did it already.
Oh, okay. All right. So this works, but do you think it can be neater? Because if I'm new to your code and I see something like this, it can easily confuse me. So you have to remember the concept of variable names. But if you had done something like this,
I just had a variable name. Okay,
actually, let's assign those to,
a variable name. Okay.
and here would be
Yeah, it even makes it a lot easier rather than the
exactly.
long,
And you can always
yeah,
reuse these values in other sections of your code.
other. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
Okay. Yeah, sure. It takes time.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see it accepts different data types, really.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So let's go to next. So you've seen how to access items. You can also use the get keyword. Okay. You can also get only the values and only the key. You can print out only the values and only the keys. So let's print out only the values.
Okay, stay right here. Wait, Daddy's in school. Stay right there so I get your clothes.
Okay, so we have new dictionary dot values. Then we want to print out the keys. Let me know. So it's not good practice to use a keyword as a variable name.
Yep. Are these the function keys? Like, is this how you call it out from a
Sorry?
dictionary? Are these the functional ways of calling out from a dictionary? Like, if you get trying to get only the
Oh,
values, you use my dictionary of values.
yes.
Okay, okay. And if you're trying to get the keys, isn't the variable name with the keys?
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So if I want to print out the key and their respective values as a tuple, I can also do that. Get key and value using the items. So I'm printing out get key and value. You can see it's printing them out as tuple.
Yeah. Okay, so the keys are the major, yeah, the name, the genre, if it was interesting, and then the
Yeah.
values are the value assigned to the keys, and the dictionary items. Oh, you printed the key and value. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and he printed it out in a tuple. Okay, I see what you're talking.
Yeah.
What you did.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So what if I want to, so now to add more information, like what you said, I think there are two ways of doing this. Okay, so not like this. You can just call out new dictionary. So there was something you said to second today. So do you know
Yeah.
the date when it started airing?
I just use a guess.
Oh, okay.
Let's say since the start is in the 80s.
Oh, okay. So let's just say 1890. I don't really know.
Nah, 1980s, not 1890. That's way too far.
Oh, okay. So in the 1980s.
1980s.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And now I'm printing new dictionary. Now I added an extra information here, and I'm printing out the dictionary down here. So let's run it and see. So you can see it added something. It added a key called date, and it assigned it the value of 1980. So that's how you can have more information there. All right. So what if you need to loop through
Come here, let me help you.
so that's a wild guess. Can you write out a code to loop through the new dictionary? Can you give it a try?
To loop through.
Yes.
It should be
So what type
4
of
in.
loop would you use?
Should be
Yes.
for
Good.
this
Yes.
and this.
Yes. Yes.
So, oh, you want me to write it?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. I thought you just want me to say it. For do I need to print it out or just the loop?
Yes, please. It's print it out. Yes.
Okay.
Something is wrong. Try and fix it. So it's line
Okay.
74.
Okay. 4 and yep. Bam. I got it.
All right. So now what did it print? It's printed only the keys.
The values, the keys. Yeah.
No, it printed only the key.
Yep.
So what if you want to print out the key and the value? So you can always so instead of you can use this. So you can call it anything. Could you please move your cursor? I can't
Cursor.
see.
Okay.
Thank you. I think like this. Let's try and see.
4 keys.
Okay. Yeah. So remember the tuple we printed here.
Yeah.
So now we're looking through that tuple and we're getting this out. This is what is printed out to us.
Right times. Okay.
So some
Okay.
people can call this for I, J, for X, Y, or you can call
Right.
it anything you want. We just
Okay.
have to remember that since it's a dictionary and you need two values, which is the key and the actual value, you use your dot items.
Dot item. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I think that is all for our class on Python. So the
Okay.
next class will be tomorrow, and that will be on GitHub. So any questions so far?
Yes. Let me see.
Okay.
Can you walk me through how to use the for error corrections in Python, how to use the except block?
Oh, okay. So the try and the except.
Try except, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Let me comment this out. Okay, cool. And then we need a solid example for try except. So it's just like saying you want your code to run irrespective of it throwing an error. I think I can see a solid example here. Yes, actually I can see a solid example here. So this way. Trying to open up this section and try except, so we can see some real examples. But my internet is slow. Okay, it has come up. Okay, it has come up. Okay. It's up. So the try block lets you test a block of code for errors. Except is where you handle the error. Else is where you execute code when there is no error. Then they finally lets you execute code regardless of the results of the try and except block.
Oh,
Just
say
like
that again.
if
So
there's an
there is
error
try,
somewhere.
there is accept,
Yeah,
there is
can you see my screen?
else. No.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still
Okay, let
on.
me share again.
I thought you were still on. No, never mind. I was still looking on the replics
Oh, okay.
page.
Oh, okay. No. I changed tabs. But can you see this new tab now?
Right, I can.
Yeah. So these are blood. I think, but it depends on your use case. Where some people use only try and accept. Sometimes you only try and accept. Sometimes you use like all four. Sometimes you use try, accept, else. So it basically depends on your use case, really.
Okay.
Okay, so how do we handle exceptions? Okay. So the type of errors we have, some errors can occur, like maybe zero division, or maybe syntax error, or maybe input error or something like that, whereby maybe you're expecting a number and then the person entered maybe a decimal, a float, or entered a string, which may be a letter. So sometimes we want to bypass those errors. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so name error. Okay, put a message. Okay. And then another for the errors. Okay, so now we're trying to print X and we did not define X beforehand. So that's going to give us an error called name error. Okay, actually, we'll try it out in our replit and see. Then, so the except block is me telling the person that, okay, variable X is not defined. So if name error is not the real error, it prints out something else. Something else went wrong. So let's try out something. So let's have a try block. Ouch. Let's try printing maybe unnamed something. So this is an unnamed variable, something called unnamed variable.
Mhm.
And I would say, okay, let's run it. I don't think. Okay, let me move this out of the try block. And you would see the error would get. Yeah, I think that's like a good way to start. So you can see what it gave me,
Mhm.
a name error. Let me go back to this into my try block. And I'm raising an exception. Except. Why is it not typing except? So the name error here. Wait, sorry. So this except is just like saying, okay, if you encounter a name error, print this type of thing out. So maybe if you want to print out more information for your user instead of just like abruptly ending the program, you can use try and except.
Mhm.
So now for the second except block, they said, what was it? Let me see. Oh, okay. So that's a plain except. So except nothing, just print out something else. It's wrong. Now let's assume I make this a zero division, such that I say 10 divided by 0.
And that's a mathematical error. So
Yeah, the math error. It brings out something else is wrong. So that means it's not a name error. Something else is wrong. Is this clear, or do we keep looking through this parts of the tutorial?
I get it. I get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So any other questions or something you want me to look at?
Okay, so my biggest thing in this is, okay, let me just ask a generalized question.
Okay.
Are we able to say, you know how on like on Microsoft Page or like so you could uh get the content of a web page and put it into your Microsoft page, and you could have an hyperlink where you could click on something that takes you over to something. Can we do such thing in Python?
I don't think I understand your question.
Okay,
If we're looking at
so
a website,
let's say I'm writing you a letter, and I said, okay, this
okay.
letter is to Mary. Mary, I just want to show you a little part of my code that I wrote. Click on this link,
Oh, okay.
and then I could
Uh-huh.
put it in an hyperlink where you click on that redirects you to a web page. Is there
Yeah.
any of such thing? Is it possible to do such thing in Python?
Well, if you'll be doing that, you will share me your GitHub link, like link to your GitHub repo, and I'll go there and look at your code. But if you want to display your code on a website, you can, that's when you start making use of micro frameworks or actual web frameworks like Flask or Django.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, um, let me redirect my question.
Okay.
So, what I'm trying to say is, I'm working on a project, and
Uh-huh.
my project requires that I pull some information from the web from a web
Okay.
page, can I pull
Oh, okay.
content from a web page into Python?
Oh, you mean with like web scraping, like to go search for information on the internet and use it in your projects to maybe
Like
analyze
a
data or something like that?
right.
Oh, yeah, you can, surely. It's called web scraping, and you can use Python for it.
Okay. That looks like a big ambiguous term. That means I still got a long way to go before I can learn that, right?
No. You have like, you know how to loop, you know how to write functions. So
Yeah.
it's easy. All you just need to learn are the libraries, like the resource I think the resource library. I think you can okay. You can use the JSON library to pass your information. Yeah, and some other libraries. Those like Beautiful Soup. So yeah, you just need to learn how to use those libraries. And you can also follow code along to some tutorials.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean you have like
Okay.
the basic knowledge already, so you can do anything you want right now in Python.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So if that's all, I think we can end the class.
All right.
And please feel free to always ask questions.
Absolutely. All right. So can we work through one more time the process of calling code? I mean, like sharing information through. I mean, I know you're gonna show me how to do it on this platform on Replit, how to push this to a GitHub repository
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah. And for
Okay, so what do you
GitHub,
want to do
GitHub is
now? You
just
want
one part,
to
right? Yeah. We can learn how
do
to
you
push
want
it.
to okay, so you want to push your code to GitHub like what we did last.
Yeah. So can you help me understand the difference between GitHub, and what is the difference? I don't really understand. Like if I'm trying to explain to someone who has no experience, no knowledge about it, what's the difference between a Git and GitHub?
Okay. That's actually tough because I've not really thought about it before. So GitHub are the version is the actual version control. Like it's where you actually store your code. Well, I mean even the website is github.com. So that's where you store your code. So Git is what is making what you are using to push code from your actual system to your GitHub repository. That's what I would say. So Git is
Okay,
just
so
like the
an
bridge.
IDE.
No, like the bridge, moving
Okay.
your code from your laptop to like the
Okay.
website GitHub, to your repo on the GitHub.
Okay. So Git is not an IDE.
No. IDEs are like Repolit, your Visual Studio Code, your Atom, maybe your IntelliJ.
PyCharm and all that. Okay.
Yes, yes. So IDEs are just where you write code, basically.
Codes. Right. But because when we started, we were asked to install Git on the computer, which I did. And on Git, if I open the folder, it shows Git Bash, Git CMD, Git GUI.
Mhm.
So I'm still, and when you open it, basically it shows you like a command line, just like a CMD line, like your regular terminal. So I'm just trying to understand, is Git just a terminal while GitHub is like the online uh, repository for whatever you do on Git, where you could put them back on GitHub. Like
Okay,
I mean, I could
so
always Google it.
yeah, you can. Well, like I explained
Yeah.
before, so GitHub is where you store your codes online. Like let's just say a bank for your codes. It's called GitHub.
Yeah.
But
Right.
what moves the code into that bank is Git.
Okay. Okay. All right, that makes sense. All right. So, what is your assignment for this week? I mean, I know we're still gonna meet tomorrow.
Okay, so I think the assignment is I actually did not set up an assignment. I actually did not set up an assignment.
I
So
will
I
just
think I
continue
can look
my time then.
for okay, can you build a simple calculator?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we did one when we started.
Yeah, but now I want you to build one that accepts two values from the user and does addition, multiplication, division.
Okay. All right, I'll do that. I'll write it down. All right, I got you.
All right. Any more questions?
Nope.
All right, that's fine. All right, so take care and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Enjoy the rest of the beautiful day.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye. Yeah.